told me once to follow her, she would comfort me. She told me once to follow her, she would set me free. She told me. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance, with the stars in the sky in your eyes. A fantabulous night for some romance, 'neath the cover of October skies. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sound of the breezes that blow. And I'm trying to please to the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and slow. And all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush, and the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love? Well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning has come. And I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be open to make sure you're never alone. There and then all my dreams will come true, dear. There and then I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you make me want you, you can't hide. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, my love? Can I just make some more romance with you, my love?
And you're watching KitaP Music Sessions, and I'm here with Eytina on bass. And we just finished playing Van Morrison's Moon Dance. So, Karuli, thank you so much for joining me and joining us on KitaP Music Sessions. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
You're basically family, you know that. So I would like to start off with, why did you choose that song?
I chose Moon Dance because it's a slick song, it's a simple song, jazzy, and its simplicity and slickness is easy to screw up if you're not spot on. Me being primarily a jazz musician, I really appreciate the song because the composer is basically more of a folk artist.
Yeah.
And I appreciate how he blends different styles into his music. I always felt like, I was shocked to learn when I first heard the song, didn't know who it was. I thought, it's just some lounge singer or whatever. And when I learned it was this individual, it got me more intrigued. It got me into listening to his music. So that was the initial thing. And then in playing it, it really was kind of a tutorial in walking a bass line. And
yeah, it is.
Yeah, some of the simplicity of the song, as far as its chord changes, add a complexity to walking a line, as opposed to doing something like rhythm changes. So those things actually intrigue me.
Where did you start? I know that when people say they play bass, they don't always start on the bass. So where did you begin?
I began on the guitar, like most people in this culture, I would say. I played guitar from 13 and begged my mother to let me learn guitar, and she finally got me a guitar, got me lessons, and I was one of several hundred guitarists, in my junior high school, and I wanted to play, but I wasn't the best guitarist. In order to play in the band, I had to find another instrument. So I was offered the bass. A friend of mine lent me his bass so that I could play with a local group, and that was the beginning for me. I was a bassist and was in love with the instrument, in love with the register, every aspect of it.
Oh.
And, you know, found a piece of my soul that I didn't know was there.
Piece of your soul, that's really interesting. So you didn't start out on the bass, you started out on the guitar, and going into that, you've had an epiphany that the bass was better, like working for you better than the guitar. It spoke for you.
Yes.
So when did that actually happen? When was your moment where you just came into realization that the bass is going to be for you? Like that was your instrument?
I picked up the bass, I guess I was 14 or 15. And it didn't take long. It just took a few nights of practicing the songs that we were going to play in that little rock group that I was in, to realize, oh, that's what I like. This is actually my voice, more than, you know, trying to wail off on a guitar solo. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the sound of the bass. It's a more personal sound. It's a deeper, richer, more emotional sound than what I was getting from the guitar. And not to say that you can't get that from a guitar, but I didn't. So I feel like I was more intrinsically connected to the bass.
Okay.
And it was no looking back from there.
Okay, so leading into that, what is one of your toughest moments that you've ever had with the bass? We've always had these as musicians with our instrument, like those tough moments.
When I first started busking in the streets, performing in the streets, I performed with a doo-wop group for a good portion of time on the upright. And that is really where I gained my strength on that instrument, because playing out in the subway, playing out in the street, competing with traffic and competing with subway noises.
Yeah.
I basically just got bleeded out. I was getting no love from them.
Sorry to
Hey,
laugh.
you got to pull those strings. You know, towards the end of that experience is when I finally got the endurance and the strength together to really pull the sound out of my instrument. Like a lot of musicians, I just came up learning by ear. And then after you get your own voice that way.
Yeah.
And after learning classically and scholastically, going back onto the scene, I found I lost my voice. And that was a tough moment, gaining my voice back, finding out how I fit in with this new information that I have. That's the first thing that comes to mind, really. And that was a moment in time. But there's so many as a musician. You know?
Of course, of course. So Karuli, tell me where we can find you and what's next for you.
I'm working with different people. Eytina, singer-songwriter in the New York area. Also work with Justix occasionally. You could find me playing at any given venue downtown New York on any given night.
Well, thank you for joining us. And you're watching KitaP Music Sessions, Everything Bass, Karuli Eytina.
Told me once to follow her.